Hello my dear students, how are you all? This is Sonia Kaushik and we are doing a very important chapter for NEET and CBSE, that is human reproduction. We have already discussed in our lecture 1 and 2 male reproductive system, then in lecture 2 we have discussed female reproductive system. So before moving ahead, I think we should discuss some need specific questions, need specific topics from male and female reproductive system. Alright students, so today is lecture 3 and in this lecture we will discuss some important questions, some important topics that are generally asked in NEET exam. So let's start today's topic. So students, we have done a male and female reproductive system in which the primary sex organs. In case of male, the primary sex organ is testes, and in case of female, the primary sex organ is ovary. And in both cases, male and female, a pair of testes, and in case of female, a pair of ovaries present, means they are 2 in number. Testes are also 2 in number, and ovary are also 2 in number in case of female. If we talk about these primary sex organs, that are testes and ovaries, so these are also called gonads. Students, they are also called as gonads. इनको gonads भी कहा जाता है. क्या है gonads? Ovaries and testes. All right. Now, sometimes the question asks what type of origin they have. So they are mesodermal in origin. Note it down. Very important question for NEET. Mesodermal. These are mesodermal in origin. You all know there are 3 germ layers in an organism from which the organs develop. That is ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. So these gonads, testes and ovary, these are mesodermal in origin. That is formed by the mesoderms of the embryo. You can say when gastrulation takes place. So this middle one, this mesoderm is used for development of gonads and testes. Now these gonads and testes, these have germ cells. These have germ cells that are diploid in nature. All right. If we talk about what type of germ cells, so this is spermatogonia. Spermatogonia, that is called sperm mother cell. Sperm mother cell. This will give rise to sperms. That is also called spermatozoa. With the help of process meiosis. And this sperms, these are gametes. So these are gametes, these are haploid in nature. So gonads are diploid in nature, and gametes are haploid in nature. These are N. Sperm are gamete in male, ova, yeah, we can say egg, or we can say ovum. These are female gametes, these are male gametes. So all gametes are haploid in nature. They have half number of chromosomes. If we talk about in females, these germ cells are present inside the ovary. That is called egg mother cell. They also diploid in nature and they undergo meiosis to form ovum. That is again haploid in nature. Alright. One sperm mother cell give rise to 4 sperm, and one mature egg mother cell give rise to 1 mature ova. We will discuss spermatogenesis and oogenesis, means the process of formation of sperms and ova, in our next lecture. But today we are discussing the main question that are asked from the reproductive system. Alright. So students, we have done that these testes, these are generally present. These testes, these are generally present inside the scrotum sac. Alright, why they are present in scrotum sac? Note it down. We have also discussed it have 2 to 3 degree less temperature than body. So we can say they are extra abdominal in condition, extra abdominal in position. But if we talk about this ovaries, we can write it ovaries because 2 ovaries are there. So these ovaries are abdominal in position. They are present inside the body. and testes in male, they are extra abdominal in condition. They are present outside the body, inside the scrotum sac. Students, what happen if these testes are not descend inside the scrotum sac? Means if they are abdominal in position, what will happen? That condition is called cryptorchidism. That condition is called CRYPTO, cryptorchidism. Alright. In this case, testes are failed to descend in scrotum sac. Means they are not present in scrotum sac. They are not coming in scrotum sac in extra abdominal position. They are specifically present inside the body. So what in that case? In that case, a male will be sterile. Sterility. Alright. Means male will be sterile. If because for proper formation and development of sperms, it is very important to be that the testes should present inside the scrotum sac. They should descend inside the scrotum sac. But if they fail to do that, that condition is called cryptorchidism. In that case, the male will be sterile. That will not able to produce sperms as they don't got favorable environment. Alright. Then we have done if vasa differentia is the main duct that carries vasa differentia that carries sperms to the male genital organ parent. So if this is cut and tied surgically, that is called vasectomy. Vasectomy, note it down. Vasectomy क्या है students? Surgical cutting and tying of vasa differentia. Vasa differentia को अगर हम कट करके टाई कर दे सर्जिकली, in that case sperm will not able to move inside the you can say vasa differentia that carries the sperms to the along with semen sample with the to the genital organ, so that will not go there. Okay, so this condition is a very good surgical method of contraception in case of males. If we surgically cut and tie the fallopian tube, so that is called, we have discussed, that is called tubectomy. So tubectomy is related to fallopian tubes, and that fallopian tubes are also called oviducts. Alright student, that are also called oviducts. इनको हम oviducts भी कहते हैं. ठीक है. Now what will be the term used if the ovaries is surgically removed? अगर हम ovaries को surgically remove कर दे students, if we remove these ovaries surgically, तो उस condition को हम क्या बोलेंगे? ओवरेक्टोमी. ओफेरेक्टोमी भी कहेंगे इसको. हम क्या कहेंगे? ओफेरेक्टोमी भी इसको हम कह सकते हैं. And we can also use the term ovariectomy, OVARICTOMY, ovariectomy. Alright. So if the surgical removal of testes take place, अगर हम testes को surgically remove कर दे, what the term used for that? So that is orchidectomy. Testes को अगर surgically remove करें, so that is called orchidectomy. This is surgical removal of testes. Testes को surgically remove कर दे तो that is called orchidectomy. And अगर ovaries को surgically remove कर दे तो उसको क्या बोलेंगे? ovariectomy. ठीक है students. Now coming to next important questions and topics that are asked from this. So make sure that you are making notes along with this lecture, or you can listen the lecture first and then in second attempt you can note the topics as you feel comfortable. Alright. So what more questions can be asked from this topic, male and female reproductive system? और क्या question इसमें से पूछ सकते हैं student? So they can ask the question that this inguinal hernia. What is inguinal? What is inguinal hernia? In that case, some you can say some organs in premature delivery, the child is so you can say weak, or the infant is so weak. So sometimes what happens, and in old age person, sometimes the abdominal parts will also descend in ovary, in a scrotum sac along with this testis. So that causes inflammation and swelling of the testis and blockage of the scrotum sac. That type of condition is called inguinal hernia. Very very important. Note it down. So it is the when condition. It is the condition when intestinal part descends into the scrotum sac. ऑलराइट, अगर इंटेस्टिनल पार्ट स्कॉटम सैक के अंदर डिसेंड हो जाए तो उस कंडीशन को हम क्या कहते हैं स्टूडेंट्स? इंगुइनल हर्निया हम लोग बोलते हैं. सो नाउ वी आर कमिंग टू द व्हाट आर स्पेशल कवरिंग ऑफ द टेस्टिस. टेस्टिस की कवरिंग की बात करेंगे. कवरिंग्स ऑफ टेस्टिस. टेस्टिस किन कवरिंग से कवर होता है? सो जनरली 3 कवरिंग्स आर देयर. दिस इज आउटर वन, आउटर कवरिंग, middle covering and inner one. Alright students, so 3 types of covering may be present on testis. So outer covering is called tunica vaginalis, tunica vaginalis. Middle one is called tunica oblongata. Inner one is called tunica vasculosa. Tunica vasculosa. Alright. So these are the 3 coverings, or you can say 3 membranous structures that are present over the testes. Alright. Now, which organ give rise to epididymis? Epididymis. This epididymis, this is very important. This temporarily stores sperms up to maturity. Maturity तक ये sperms को temporarily अपने पास रखता है. This epididymis is connected to rete testis. Rete testis. Alright. That gives that are again connected to vasa efferentia, and this rete testis are connected to vasa efferentia. This vasa efferentia connected to epididymis. Then this gives sperms to vasa differentia. So ultimately, this is the main duct. These are the accessory organs that are very important to conduct the sperms along with, you can say, to the main genital organ, that is penis. So these play a very important role along with this. So if we have discussed in our last lecture that what are the special cells that provide nutrition to the developing sperm. So these are Sertoli cells. This is very important question. Sertoli cells. This Sertoli cells provides nutrition to developing sperms. Alright. So are there other names of Sertoli cells? So these Sertoli cells are also called nurse cells. These are also called nurse cells, and they are also called, students, one more name is there, that is also called sustentacular cells. These are also called sustentacular cells. Alright. And these Sertoli cells, they not only give nutrition to developing sperms, they also secretes one hormone. Very very important, because it's not given in NCERT. NCERT में ये given नहीं है student. Which hormone is secreted by Sertoli cells. ठीक है, तो Sertoli cell एक hormone भी secrete करती है, that is called inhibin. Very important question for NEET. Secretes hormone, and that hormone is called inhibin. ठीक है स्टूडेंट्स को inhibin कहते हैं. और ये inhibin क्या करता है? It inhibits FSH synthesis. What is FSH? FSH क्या है स्टूडेंट? This is follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone that helps in development of testes and formation of sperms. Alright, so this is very very important. Sertoli cells that provide nutrition to developing sperms, they also secrete one hormone, and that hormone is called inhibin. Alright, if we talk about the epididymis in case of rat and rabbit, epididymis, alright, in rats, or we can say in other organisms like rabbits, in rats and rabbits, this helps to it provides motility. It provides motility to sperms. ठीक है, like in case of human, epididymis temporarily stores the sperms for, you can say, proper development and proper maturation. Then after proper maturation and development, it gives the sperms to vasa differentia, and that vasa differentia carries the sperms to the male genital organ, then eject at the time of ejaculation. Alright, so this is very very important. So we have discussed this epididymis in case of humans and in case of other organisms. Alright, so sometimes the question asks, then when these testes are present inside the scrotum sac. ठीक है, but how they are connected? ठीक है, how they are connected? Testes are present in scrotum sac, but how they are connected? So they are connected by a structure called tuberculum. They are connected by a structure called tuberculum. Very important. Alright, and that also represents mesochorium. It represents mesochorium. Okay. Then one more important, if we talk about fetal development, so these oviduct and this you can say fallopian tube in case of females, and in vasa differentia in case of male, they are formed by special ducts that are present in you can say fetal stage, that are Mullerian duct and Mullerian ducts and Wolffian ducts. Alright students, so these Mullerian ducts give rise to ये है Wolffian duct and Mullerian duct. These are in fetal stage, and in when the organism develops, this Mullerian duct will give rise to oviducts, and that is called fallopian tube. Okay, in case of females, and this Wolffian ducts will give rise to vasa differentia. This give rise to vasa differentia in case of males. Alright, so very important. These ducts are very important that give rise to vasa differentia and that give rise to this fallopian tube. Okay students, now coming to the you can say what other materials along with sperm that are present inside the semen sample. तो semen sample के अंदर और क्या क्या चीजें students present होती हैं, so let's discuss. Okay, in semen sample it contains sperms, fructose, very very important, this question is important, this is not present and synthesized anywhere in our body, but this is present in semen sample. Then calcium ions are present, then prostaglandins are present, then citrate ions are present, then inositol is also present, and there is an enzyme that helps in this provide energy to sperms. So one enzyme is there that is used for, you can say, used to digest this fructose, that is fructokinase enzyme. Fructokinase enzyme helps to use this fructose sugar. Alright students, so these if we talk about accessory glands, so these are seminal vesicles, these are prostate gland. Alright, one more is there, bulboutherial gland. Alright, and this gland specifically, this also provide lubrication. It also provides lubrication to penis, that helps in copulation, you can say. And now we are coming to if there are any special glands that are present in penis. So yes, glands of Tyson present in penis. Alright, that is male genital organ. So why this is present? This secretes a substance called smegma, that provide this is you can say bad odor a substance that is secreted from the glands of Tyson that are present in the penis area of the males, you can say, glands of Tyson. Alright, if we talk about this texture, so this is cheesy in texture, it's like cheesy in texture. So what happens if this semen sample do not have adequate quantity of sperms? अगर semen sample के अंदर sperms जो हैं number उनका कम है, what will happen students? It will also leads to sterility. Alright, it's important to have sperm in semen sample, but it's more important to have proper number of sperm, that should be in millions in case of you can say semen sample of the male. So around 40 to 60% sperms should have proper motility, shape, size, etc. That is important for fertility. Alright students, so what happened? So these sperms are in millions of sperms are present in you can say 8 to 10 ml of Yeah, you can say 5 to 7 ml of semen sample. Alright. So what happens if these sperms are less in number? That condition is called, if sperms are absent, that condition is called azoospermia. Azoospermia. In that condition, sperms are absent. Alright. No sperms are present in semen sample. That condition is called azoospermia. What happens is less number of sperms are present. That is called oligospermia. That condition is called oligospermia. This is if less number of sperms are present in semen. If less number of sperms are present, this is called oligospermia. Very, very important, students. Alright. So these are the conditions that give rise to you can say. If we talk about the specific content, so there should be 100 million sperms should be present in should be present in 1 ml. Note it down. 100 million of sperm should be present in 1 ml of semen sample. In 1 ml of semen sample. Alright. So this is very, very important. Now there are some organisms in which these testes are permanently present in abdomen. They are not present in scrotum sac. Actually, these animals have some special, you can say, some special adaptation that provides a proper temperature for spermatogenesis even inside the abdomen. Because in humans, as the body temperature is 2 to 3 degree or 2 to 2.5 degree less, that is 34-35 degrees Celsius around, because our normal body temperature is 37. So this much temperature is required for, you can say, development of sperms. But in case of some animals, very important question, in some animals testes are permanently present in abdomen, in abdominal region. Which animals are these, students? किन animals में वो मिलती है? So that is elephant, that is dolphin. Alright, that is elephant, that is dolphin, that is sloth, that is hedgehog, that is seals. Alright, that is armadillo, and that one is dolphin we have done, elephant we have done, sloth we have done. Alright, one more is there, monotreme. Okay, so these are some animals in which testes are permanently present in abdominal region, but even then they have proper development of sperm inside the testes. Very, very important. So there is one duct that helps in emission of seminal fluid, that is ejaculation duct. Ejaculation duct. This ejaculation duct, this is very, very important. This helps in emission of seminal fluid. Very, very important. It helps in ejaculation or emission of seminal fluid that contains sperms and other things. Alright. So, is there any special glands is present in any other organism? So, yes, perineal glands. Note it down, students. You can note here. Perineal gland. This is present in. This is a accessory gland present in rats and other rabbits, etc. This also secretes this secretes odoriferous substance that acts as sex attractant. Alright, means male rat and rabbit, they secrete this odoriferous substance to you can say to attract the female animals for copulation, you can say, or the physical. If there is obstruction in urination in case of male, so that is called BPH. Very very important, students. This is obstruction of urination, means a patient or the person is not able to pass the urine, nutrition is absent. That condition is BPH, and this is called benign prostatic. This is called benign prostatic hypertrophy. Alright, students. So these are some important points that are related to male reproductive system and female reproductive system. And in our one more lecture I will take need specific. After then we will move to oogenesis and spermatogenesis, students. So this is all about the chapter human reproduction, and we will have 3 to 4 lectures more of this one. Thank you.